maybe Ben, do you mind bringing up the Plasmid unification model?
Yes, let's bring it up and delve into it a little bit because it is fascinating and it's something that I've wanted to get into for a long time.
All of us, right?
Thank you for sharing this. This is right up my alley.
I do have an introductory chapter. I do have an introductory chapter on the plasmoid unification model. If you want me to bring that up as well.
Go to ascensiondynamics.org. Hold on, let me. I guess I'll share this in the chat. This is really fascinating. There it is. Boom.
Boom. Boom. All right.
Oh, let me stop this.
Oh, okay. Here we go. All right. Oh, Malcolm Bendels. Okay.
Yeah, scroll down and you get this.
There we go. There's the one.
Wow. What?
Yeah. So.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on here.
I get it. This is so fascinating.
But the basic fundamentals is it's broken down into 4 sections here. You can see.
Scroll down. Bernie, sorry.
Yep. Okay, yeah, let's start with the lower left quadrant of the graph here. So you can see it's broken up into 4 quadrants. The first is matter on the lower left hand. The second is time. And then on the upper hand, left hand, you have aether.
Scroll down, Bernie.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry,
up. There we go.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so on the upper part of the graph, we have aether on the left, and on the right, we have sun. So the aether is pretty much the DC energy at rest. So when all that energy that you're using in your circuits and all that, when it's at rest and it's down converted back into the ether, that is what that is. It's in that superfluid and it's just ready to be used. And the sun is able to imprint frequencies onto the ether to actually create tangible matter. So that's where matter comes from.
Yep. This is that's DNA, where, literally.
Right. And if you scroll down a little bit.
More.
And the way it does this is with time. So remember, frequency is just work over time.
Right.
And that's just the basic fundamentals. I do have a short chapter on it. If you guys want me to play it, it explains it a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, sure. Yeah, interactive.
Please do, man.
All right, let me bring it up real quick.
Yeah, and so in the meantime, Sheila's work, she's able to get the frequencies that are in this chart and plot them out in her work, and then get these coherent geometries for them. And I will just stumble at trying to explain it all. It's going to be an awesome episode when we have her on. And
I definitely am excited for that. I got some questions for her about her rodent coil as well and her setup. So that's going to be like, we're all making connections here. I love it.
Absolutely. It's what real science is all about.
Well, if you need to put together brochures or anything around this or presentation.
All right, so this is my chapter from Divine Science, Episode 1 on the thunderstorm generator and vortex-based mathematics. It's titled Plasmoid Unification Model 101. And I'll put these links in the chat when I get a second.
Unification model offers a complex solution to the problem of unifying everything, taking into account the properties and relationships of crystal form, sound, color, time, and angles. This technology revolves around the ancient numerical patterns found in structures such as the pyramids and other architectural wonders. These numbers, when analyzed, reveal a fascinating relationship between various ancient civilizations and their architecture, as proven by pioneers like Randall Carlson. Geometry is integral to understanding the PUM, and plasmoids generate and store charge using the principles of sacred geometry. Malcolm's plasmoid diagram categorizes different aspects of the universe: ether, sun, matter, and time. When we understand the relationships between these four categories, we can begin to build a picture of how our universe actually works. Ether represents the underlying energy of our universe. It is DC energy at rest, as observed in Marco Rodin's vision. The source of the non-decaying spin of an electron, zero-point fluctuations in the vacuum. Ether can best be visualized by imagining the light paradox. The light paradox refers to a situation where all colors are present, yet there are no colors observed. Imagine you have a beam of light. If you take light going into a prism, you can see that light splits up into its frequencies and contains in itself all colors. This paradox arises when light contains a mixture of all possible colors. However, due to a phenomenon called color subtraction, when all colors are mixed together in equal amounts, they cancel each other out and no colors are perceived. Instead of perceiving a mixture of colors, the result is a perceived absence of color or white light.
So the ether is everything and nothing all at the same time, but it has different
like
depending on
space.
right, but depending on the different modalities and mechanisms of it, different forms of everything come out of it. So this is how we can have everything and nothing all at the same time. So it's very hard, and it was very hard for me to wrap my brain around until you think about it in terms of
only a godly creator consciousness or like higher dimensional
Ein Sof, right?
This is truly
right.
understand, right?
But
It's like you'll go
This
insane
is the
trying to
nothingness from
comprehend it
which
all at
everything comes. Yeah.
This is the basic analogy, though, and I had to come up with another analogy through ChatGPT just to help me understand this next. And this next analogy might help you understand. I don't know, like it helped me a lot.
This paradox highlights the similarities between the ether, because
the
ether
analogy after
contains
this
within
one.
it all time, matter, and color. But
Yeah,
this
it's like
energy
DNA.
exists in a realm where there is no time, matter, or colors. Still confused? I don't blame you. Let's try another analogy.
Green balloon,
Imagine
yeah.
you have a magic toy box that can turn out any toy you can think of. How cool would that be? Now, this toy box is a bit magical because it can make all the toys appear and disappear instantly, just by thinking about it. But here's where things get tricky. Sometimes you want to have all the toys in your toy box at the same time, right? It's like having a big party with all your favorite toys. However, the magic box can only hold one toy at a time. So, you can only play with one toy while the others are waiting in line. The ether paradox is kind of like having all toys and no toys at the same time. It can be a bit confusing, just like the paradox of having nothing and everything all at once. But sometimes, these kinds of paradoxes help us think about the deeper mysteries of the universe and how everything is connected. So this is the paradox, and this is what our society lost through ignoring sacred geometry. By not learning the wisdom which was transmitted through ancient texts, wisdom was enshrined in, for example, the Great Pyramids so we wouldn't lose it. It makes sense. What is the one thing that would be left after a global calamity? Giant megalithic structures made out of stone. The sun acts as an intermediary between the realm of ether and the realm of matter, facilitating the flow of energy and the emergence of physical existence. The sun has the ability to imprint frequencies onto the surrounding energy called ether, transforming it into matter. It could be speculated that the interactions and movements of energy within the ether could potentially align with the recurring pattern of the 3, 6, and 9. Furthermore, in this hypothetical connection, the sun could be envisioned as a focal point or generator of energy within the ether. The energy emissions and processes associated with the sun could be seen as one manifestation of the underlying energy flow or vibration identified in the 369 pattern observed by Marco Rodin.
So this actually was confirmed by Malcolm himself, my theory on this. because again, he hasn't released much information on the plasma unification model, so I had to kind of intuit some of it. And he's a big fan of the show, so it's Malcolm approved.
Putting on our vortex math lens, the sun can be seen as the number 9, or the source of this energy at rest. Then we have time. Time is seen as the mold that shapes matter, with different dimensions, both 4D and 3D, playing a role in this process. Malcolm makes an analogy of transitioning from the sun to matter. This transition necessitates the involvement of time as a crucial element. Malcolm explains this transition by likening it to converting direct current into alternating current, which involves adding timing or time as a factor. However, traditional methods of conversion results in a loss of energy. All matter inherently possesses frequency characteristics, with time and the sun playing important roles in shaping and transforming energy into tangible matter. Malcolm argues that since time is mutable and can be reversed or sped up, light, which travels at a constant speed, serves as a reference point for proving that matter is fundamentally based on frequency in relation to time. That's where matter comes from, the interaction of frequency and time. Ether is a concept that represents the underlying fabric or essence of the universe. It symbolizes the infinite, formless, and all-pervading energy beyond physical matter. In sacred geometry, it is often associated with the concept of universal consciousness, or from the unmanifested potential from which everything arises. In summary, Malcolm's plasmoid unification model posits that all matter inherently possesses frequency characteristics, and time and the sun play important roles in shaping and transforming energy into tangible matter. Diving into the
So that's my chapter on Plasmoid Unification Model 101. There are different chapters here. This is a full documentary on the PUM and vortex math and how intricately they're connected, and some of the backgrounds of the geniuses behind them.
You've been doing absolutely
I'm
great.
seeing phantom DNA, models all over this. This is really interesting. So yeah, thank you for sharing this.
Oh, no problem. And thank you, Bernie. I get discouraged sometimes, so it's good to hear good feedback.
No, this
Right?
is right. Good idea, Bernie. This is right up my alley. I mean, I love this stuff.
Yeah, it is it's a full hour and 23 minutes. So like when you have time, like watch it. It's a great like I watch it all the time just to brush up on, some of the details, but I took a long time to put it. Yeah, and some of these videos I take a long time to research them and make sure that they're as accurate as I can make it.
Anywho, that's why it's a golden opportunity for breakthrough technologies to come, because it's right.
Yes.
The petrodollar control system is crashing, energy scarcity is rising, and it's time for new technologies to take over and the world to be free.
Ding, ding, ding. That's all.
Wasn't that the legend? They were supposed to come back to destroy the Earth or something.
I'm not sure.
Oh, right on.
Tell us about the
kill us
Dropa legend. What's included?
Oh, no.
Hans, flash your
As far as
Dropa
I'm
book
aware,
one
they
more
created us
time.
as slaves or something.
And what is the legend of the aliens for the Dropa stones? Are they
what's that?
coming back? Are they good? Are they bad?
Well, so the whole thing was, how did they get here in the first place? So deconstructing this down to a pinpoint, the Dropa 22,000 years ago in the Sirius star system, there was a war amongst the different races that were living in the system. And so Sirius is part of Canis Major.